Hello everyone, Vampirora here. Today I'm here with Dennis, INTERNETHULK Hawelka, a German player currently playing for Team EnVyUs. You have already heard him, so let's get right to it. Hello Dennis, how are you doing today?
Hey man, I'm doing good. I'm doing good so far. I've been a little bit of sick past days, but it's going away. I'm fine.
Okay, hope you're doing good now. So I had a small introduction, but could you tell me a bit more about yourself?
Well, yeah. I'm currently 29 years old, almost 30 in 3 months. I'm actually gonna be 30. I'm living here in America right now in the EnVy team house with all of my teammates. Recently moved here, about 6 months ago. We moved here. And yeah, I'm playing Overwatch for Team EnVyUs. Outside of that, I do just enjoy the same things other people enjoy. Go to cinema. I'm going to the gym. I enjoy, doing sports and stuff. So that's basically it, I guess.
Awesome. What kind of sports?
Well, I mean, when I was in Germany, when I had a little bit more time, not being pro gamer, I would play soccer or football, wherever you're from, whatever you call it. We call it football, we
Yeah.
Europeans. So, yeah, I'd like that. Or I used to snowboard a little bit. Like I grew up
Oh,
next to, we have this like, how do you say it? Like ski hall or whatever,
yeah, yeah.
hall, where I live. And yeah. I like that. I used to skateboard when I was younger, all sorts of play basketball with friends, and yeah.
Awesome, sounds exciting. So does your battle tag have any special meaning or significance? How did you come up with it?
Um, I didn't really came up with it. The story behind it is just like I used to have, or my nick was Remedy, which in short I changed later to RMDX or RMDY first and then RMDX. And before Overwatch, I wanted like a clean cut because I really wanted to make an Overwatch, and I just felt like just go with a new nickname as well, for no specific reason other than just a new nickname, new game, and yeah. So my friend actually came up with that nick. He's a really creative person. He doesn't play professionally, so he changes nicks, games. He changes tags, gamer tags, whenever he feels like it. So like one week he would run another nick, and then next week he would run something funny. And he played World of Warcraft 2v2 with his teammate against two other German players. And back in the day where Death Knights were super overpowered, his like my friend already died in the arena, and my friend won 1v2 because Death Knight was super overpowered, and the enemy team got super upset. And they were kind of like trying to harass him and trying to tell him like I beat you up in real life and stuff. You're just an internet hike. So they used that phrase kind of like telling him he's only good online and stuff. And my friend used it because of it and thought it's funny. And I used it from him because he doesn't really use it anymore. And I thought it's funny too. So I just went with it.
That's quite a story. Okay, so you are part of Team EnVyUs, as we said earlier. So it's one of the biggest organizations in the world. How did the opportunity come around and join them?
In the beta, many people might not know, but we were used to go under the name IDDQD. We formed a team, and we had another almost 60 win streak, but the game wasn't as competitive as after release. There were good teams, but yeah, like Reunited and all those teams. And by then we had offers from many big organizations, most organizations you see around right now in Overwatch. But we felt like we take our time and really go with the organization we really want to, and where it feels like just where both sides agreed on terms. And so we waited about like 2 or 3 months, and then we lost two of our players and went looking outside of Europe. So by then we got Tasteman on our radar. I really thought Tasteman would fill the whole twig left as a project player and pretty much someone who played like all kinds of different characters. So Tasteman was playing for EnVyUs, and their team was kind of like falling apart. So we had offers from other organizations, but we felt just like Mike, the owner of EnVyUs, was just like we're releasing this team and you're the best team right now, so you want Tasteman, why don't we just like try to work something out? So we just hopped on a Skype call and talked, and it was like immediately it felt really really good to talk to Mike. He was like generally interested in us, and also we only heard really good things about him. Like even other managers from other organizations that before that time wanted us. Once we signed with EnVy, I heard someone coming up to me and tell me like, dude, I'm so happy you ended up with EnVyUs. And that was someone who wanted us for their organization. He said like, Mike's one of the best owners. And that's really what like has been proven. And yeah, we just like he just made us like kind of the same offer, a better offer even. Um, and he really believed into us. Like we were 5 Europeans, the game was just released, and he got us like he brought us over to America as the first team in Overwatch to bring into a gaming house and believe into us with the release of the game. So it was just a bit better, and you know we were the first team actually being in a gaming house. And then he immediately started working on our visas, which is crazy, right? So yeah, he put so much trust into us, and you know made a great offer, and yeah.
That sounds really awesome. He sounds like he's a really cool guy. How did the transition to America seem to you?
Pretty easy, pretty straightforward. I mean, for me personally, I was in a long relationship that kind of ended around that time. It was like kind of long coming, but you know, like the clean cut was when I moved to America. So that might be something where I personally like struggled a little bit with, but it wasn't really that significant. And you know, other than that, it was pretty easy. Like we all like it was our goal to go to America. Like we really wanted to go to America. And that was one of those things where we say like, you know, we only go to an organization that actually offers us this opportunity, you know, and yeah, so we were all like in our mind, we were already kind of moving to America before we even signed somewhere. So it was pretty easy for us.
Okay. Okay, let's get back to Overwatch. So what is your favorite hero and why?
I have to say Winston, just because well, one of the reasons is I played him so much, so I'm actually really good at him, I feel like, and it's just one of the characters where you can do like a lot of small things that do have such significance for your team. I feel like you can use your shield to you know jump in between the enemies where you have like Anna and Lucia in their backline. And why you don't do any, let's say you don't do any damage, you just place that shield in between them, and then you have the enemy tank frontline pushing onto a point. Let's say Nombani, if they push the main as attackers on the first point, you just jump in between, you place your bubble, the whole street is blocked by your bubble, and the enemy tanks will still continue to move towards the point while the Ana is behind the bubble. So the Ana has the only option to like run for like 2 or 3 seconds through the bubble to be out of position, super exposed, but also be able to heal because the bubble just blocks all healing. So it's like all the small things where people never talk about, but actually like blocking heals is super important. Or you put down your bubble and you block Reinhardt ults. I love to do it. I love to anticipate like Reinhardt ults, and I was doing it so many times and people never notice it, but how many times I block Reinhardt ults, like it can be game changing. And you know, just creating space for your team, also calling the engages and stuff. Like Winston can also be played defensively just behind Reinhardt shield and place the bubble, like I said, against like, you know, flashbangs or it's really fun to like, if you see a Roadhog gets a hook on a teammate, if you react really fast and jump to Roadhog, you can place the shield in a way that it's between the Roadhog and the hook. So it's like all the small things where you can make plays, and yeah, I just love Winston. Yeah.
I think he's really great as a distraction, as you said. He's doing a great job at this point. Also, I noticed that poster behind on your wall.
Yeah, it's my rest in peace Harambe poster.
Great. Okay. Concerning the recent changes, are you happy with the new Symmetra, and what would have you done differently?
See, differently, I'm not really sure because I don't spend a lot of time thinking about balance. I mean, sure, maybe I have a responsibility as a pro gamer or something, or maybe representing the community to like help out in those things. But I feel like my only concern is like, or my biggest concern is like playing well with my team. So I watch those changes and then I think, okay, Symmetra has been changed. How do we play with her? Instead of thinking like, oh, this should have been this and this. Those are like all these keep me away from actually improving. I just want to see like, okay, this is the patch. So I think she's definitely better. She's fun to play. I think making left click to 7 meters is definitely awesome. Feels really good. Feels really strong. The only thing, if I think about something to change Symmetra, might just be like just grab the whole right click into a new ability or something, just something more active to play. I personally like right clicking and, you know, like poking, but it just feels like so, you're not like, it doesn't really feel active. You're just like standing somewhere and poking and, you know, So yeah, this like the right click from Symmetra could be a new ability or something, but other than that, I feel Symmetra is pretty strong right now. I really like her, so.
Alright. Let's say that you are in charge of making some changes in Overwatch. What would you change?
Right now, I feel like even after the new PTR change of minus, also, I mean 50% on Ana Grenade, I still feel Ana's healing is too strong. You could do different stuff. This is like brainstorming right now, so these might not be the best ideas. It's just something like I think about right now. So you could tune down her healing. Either you make her hit scan healing weaker, for example, or I still feel like her grenade offensively is way too strong. So people suggested maybe like lower the duration of the grenade, how long it lasts. But I think something that would be way cooler is like being at a heal debuff, so you can still heal, but maybe it's like only 25% of healing goes through, so a minus 75% healing debuff. This way, if you think about the enemy team, their Reinhardt gets debuffed, and he's like, or their Roadhog gets debuffed and Reinhardt, and their Roadhog is like half HP, he's getting focused. So for the Roadhog himself, he would need to make a decision. Do I shoot one more shot, maybe kill someone and make someone weak before I die? Or do I try to heal myself for only 25%? It's almost not worth it. But maybe I survive because of my healing. And the same way, the enemy healer, Ana, needs to think like, do I heal Roadhog instead of doing damage because he only gets 25% healing? Or do I heal someone else instead of the Roadhog, you know? That time investment, that needs to be like, so in like maybe 5 or 10% of scenarios, that healing on Roadhog would have been worth, kept him alive, but in those other percentages, it would not. So it creates like another level of skill, I'd say, because you need to make more decisions based on that healing debuff. Right now, it's just like, oh, they can't be healed. So your Ana, if you have 3 targets healing debuffed, you have like only 3 targets to heal, maybe, or two targets, because you can't really heal yourself except with a grenade. So you don't really have a lot of decisions to make, while having them healing debuffed, it creates more decisions to make than currently. So I feel like maybe something like this could work. Yeah.
It sounds really
Definitely
interesting.
work on Ana. Yeah.
Okay. Taking you back to the tournament scene, EnVyUs is once again the most dominant team in the scene. Where do you think you owe this success? I mean, what has changed the past couple of months?
I do think, like I said, I never really had a problem with Tailspin, but it's true we had like a more toxic, like we never had like a toxic environment. You know, all of our players were really, you know, happy on stage. We laugh all the time. Even with Tailspin, it was all more or less fine. But we had this environment where we had a lot of friction, or a lot of, you know, smaller fights between players when Tailspin was back here, and it got to a point where I just feel right now some players can just, without Tailspin, play more to their fullest potential, and play more freely, and we have a overall more, you know, healthy environment with Mickey. And I think this, like, Mickey itself, so like people make it sound that Mickey uplifts our spirits, which is partly true. Like Mickey is, you know, like he's funny and we laugh, and but we already had funny people. Like Harry is the same way. Like Harry to us is like, he's really happy, and he makes us also happy, and it's funny like to hang around him. And having Mickey is really good, but it's also just like we took away, or Tailspin left, which just like in general made our atmosphere way healthier. And I think it's more about all those 5 players that we already had in the roster after Tail left, being able to like play better, because we have a more neutral or happier you know, atmosphere. So yeah, I think that, and obviously our team play, we've been playing together for so long. You see all those other teams, like, you know, like you just, tomorrow you wake up, you watch Twitter, and you're like, holy shit, that player got like benched from this team, and you're like, what the fuck, I thought this player is good. And you know, like all those teams, they feel like they make so many changes, and in the end, for some teams it works out, for other teams it doesn't. I just invested really early into players and friends, and all of them, they work hard. We all work hard together. We just want to be the best, and we're playing as friends, teammates. We're a family, so we just keep playing, and yeah.
Yeah, as Jonathan said in our interview, attitude is a very important thing when in a team. So it applies in every factor. Okay, so what are your goals for Overwatch this year, both as a team and as a player?
As a team, which is the most important factor, I mean, I'm a player, but I really only live through my team. So whatever my team achieves, I achieve. So my goals are really not important. My goals are the team goals. So as a team, I definitely look to be very dominant. I want to win everything. But I do know that, we're going to Korea in like 2 days and or tomorrow we fly actually. We're gonna land in 2 days. It's gonna be hard this time in Korea. It was hard last time as well. It's yeah, I mean winning in Korea again would mean so much, and I do think this year should be where the Overwatch League is gonna start. So Overwatch League is definitely the end goal. Is like win the first season of the Overwatch League, cement our legacy pretty much. Like we've had our winning streaks. We've been proven that we've been one of the best teams or the best team, but we had those small struggling moments. And yeah, I just want to be the best team and make my family proud pretty much, which is my teammates and the whole EnVy organization. I mean, it really is like a family. So it gives you like this extra drive. Like, obviously when you play for yourself and you see yourself like, oh my God, I want to earn more money. I want a better contract. I want to win because of prize money. And, that's all right. Like many people have this motivation. But when when you really consider like you care about your teammates like deeply as friends and as persons, and you see where they come from, and now we live all in the USA and we live a better life, and I want all my teammates to like keep living this dream and myself of course as well, but. And then you have like this organization, which is more like a family because we all live together. So like either be it Corey or something, one of our video editors, or like Vinny, my ex-roommate who does all the graphics for EnVy, or C or Mike, we're really close to each other. So it gives you this extra motivation. So I definitely want to do as good as we can as a team for the organization. As a player, I mean, I do have my own goals, like those are more like, I just want to, like I have this thing where I really want to go into coaching after my gaming career, and I just want to this year I want to produce more content. I want to start vlogging, and I want to do like more educational videos, and also go more into YouTube and stream more. But these are like not really goals that that are that important to me. Like most important thing is just be happy with my team and be as successful as we possibly can. And I do think we can.
It's a team game after all. Okay, so do you have any advice or thoughts you'd like to share with your fans or other aspiring competitive players that want to be like you?
See, I do think always there are two routes to be successful. I feel like either one is try to be the best player you possibly can, and try to like everyone needs to start networking. Like even my teammates, some of them they just like they don't go crazy on Twitter. Of course they get followers and viewers on Twitch, but they don't really advertise as much. Like Chips and Coco, they could be way more famous if they would actually actively trying to seek out to become like more famous, but they're really reserved, and that's fine. Like everyone is their own person. For new players, it's like you kind of have to network. You have to like go to like even if you're a really quiet person or something, you have to like make new friends, and like eventually like luck doesn't randomly fall into your lap or something. I never had any luck in terms of just luck came to me. Like even building this team, I was from the beginning. Before Overwatch, I spent so many hours. Like I tried so hard to get the beta key, but I know an influencer, and luckily he got me in. But I had to like go out of my comfort zone to like speak to those persons, and then I built this team with a Reddit post. That's how I got to know Chips and Coco, because they were in a 3-man kind of group, and the third person of them like contacted me, so we started playing. But I ended up still playing with Coco and Chips, and I made a Reddit post on Reddit looking for team. And back then I was even a player who was like really high rated in StarCraft, really high rated in League of Legends, and all those players that are kind of known or something, they would look down on Reddit. They said like, you never find good players on Reddit. Like even casual players, they laugh at Reddit. They said like, what the fuck, I'm not gonna search on Reddit, I'm not gonna. And I was like kind of known, and I was really good in Overwatch already, and I was like, I go out of my comfort zone. I was like, hey, if this doesn't work out, someone may laugh at me for doing this post, but whatever, I don't care. But maybe I'm lucky, and guess what, like I found Coco and Chips, and now I'm playing in EnVyUs with Coco and Chips, right? So it all worked out. And So one route is just like get yourself known. The other route is obviously the route I took is like work hard and really try to build your own team. Now it's obviously harder than it was when the beta started because you had way less players and you could actually, like I could make a team that's not good, but since there are not many teams, I would still be casted in cups and stuff.
Yeah.
Right now it's like super hard for people, but I mean, you got to start somewhere. And I just feel like in working a lot, like other than just playing the game, so like trying really hard to network is really important. So that's definitely, I guess, networking. And people say like, how do I get into those Discord channels? How can I do it? I mean, just try to shoot people messages. Try your hardest. Like there's so many ways where you can actually make something happen, and eventually you turn out lucky. And you might fail like 10 times, but the 11th time, it works out. So just really try hard and yeah.
How many hours did you practice before you get into a team, and how many hours do you practice now that you are in EnVyUs?
Before I played, like I literally woke up. I was playing full time. I didn't have a job when Overwatch beta was released, and I didn't plan to. I was playing full time. I probably woke up, maybe hit the gym, not every day, and then the other time was literally 14 hours, 12 hours a day or something playing public. But I really enjoy this game. I still do. I can go on my Smurf, I can go play public and ranked, and I still have fun. I love Overwatch. So I was grinding the game, and then we were playing 8 hours of scrims maybe in the team in the beta when we made the team, and it's still the same today. I think I play a bit less today. But that's also because we have so much stuff to figure out. We're still in the phase where we have to figure out how to get, like health insurance and all that stuff in America. We're still settling in, and then we're traveling so much. So we have like travel and then new tournaments and then interviews and then this and that. So walk to the office, figure some stuff out, it's constantly something. While before it was just like, I have to make this, making an Overwatch, training to become really good is the most important thing where I thought. So, yeah. Right now I play like, we're going to practice hard in Korea. It's going to be like 7 to 9 hours per day. And then on top of that, we will still play solo queue. So around 10 hours a day, I guess.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, I think it's time to proceed to the serious part of this interview. So let's say that you're making a sandwich. Choose your favorite ingredients.
A sandwich, right?
Yeah.
If I can choose, I'd probably do something like, maybe like a schnitzel or something. So like nice meat.
Yeah.
And then tomatoes, pineapples, spinach, feta cheese.
Feta.
And maybe normal cheese. Yeah.
And spinach?
Feta.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that before.
Yeah, like spinach, tomatoes, and feta. I think it goes really well together. And then pineapple just because.
Okay, I would like to try that out. Okay, let's say that you can spend the day with any person on the planet. Who's your pick? Any person.
Ooh, who's my pick? So obviously I could find like maybe a nice hot chick.
Yeah.
But let's just assume I want to go a serious route. I would probably, as long as I have the chance, I might go with someone like Arnold Schwarzenegger or something. I feel like he might not. Well, he was really successful in his life, and like while I've read his autobiography, I still think like in person he could be like. I really want someone that can like enlighten the flame in myself or whatever you'd call it, like and there are so many successful people in this world, but I feel Arnold would be someone who could actually like talk to you and like kind of motivate you, so it stays in your head. You go back after that day and you'd be like, oh man, this really got to me, and then you'd be more successful in some way or another. So yeah, maybe him.
You're both in the United States now, so it's much easier. I hope you do meet him. Okay, so let's say you're a castaway on a remote, isolated island. You have to choose one Overwatch personality to help you survive. Who would it be?
I'd probably take Flame. He's pretty jacked. He's pretty tall, so he can. I'm just gonna lay on the beach and I'm gonna have him work. Hey, build something, build a ship to escape or whatever. He can fight people off. And,
your personal slave, in other words.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I think we can wrap it up. Do you have any final shout-outs?
Well, shout outs to Team EnVyUs, to all my teammates, really. Obviously, all our sponsors, as you can see, Monster, HyperX, Zoe, NZXT, Twitch, DX Racer, Scuff Gaming. I think that's it, right? Should be. Gado Gaming. Yeah, and
All right.
yeah, that's it. Obviously, to all the fans who constantly cheer for us, and yeah. That's
Awesome. Okay, you can follow INTERNETHULK on Twitter. I have it written right here at EnVy_Hulk. You can drop him a follow, please do. Also, somewhere on the screen you will see my subscribe button appear. If you enjoy those interviews, please subscribe. There are more coming up. Okay, so thank you very much for the interview. It was an honor to have you here today.
Thank you.
I hope you have a great time in Korea and win as well, of course. Okay, thanks all for watching. Till the next time. Bye.